Hello, I am Jean-Marie Ecay, very happy to be here with the only and one Mike's son, coming here to Charenton, to this nice night guitar, and he will travel tomorrow to the other festival I'm organizing too in the south. It's in Hendaye, Guitaralde. Welcome, Mike.
It's a pleasure, bro. It's a pleasure. And
yeah.
By the way, this guy's an amazing guitar player. Of course, you all know that.
Thank you, man.
He's kicking my ass.
Thank you.
Sure. We kind of met, I forget when, we met a couple of times over the years.
With Alain Caron, Didier Lacoud,
right.
Many years ago.
Yeah.
Probably you don't remember.
Yeah, I do.
I was not enough famous at that time.
I do remember, but I know this guy has always been playing his ass off, so it's really a pleasure to.
Yeah, I used to play with Billy, like as Mike when he started with Billy 40 years ago. I played with Billy the last 10 years too, so we have kind of. People
with Billy Cobham, yeah.
It's an honor for me to have this Billy Cobham with him in common.
Yeah, you know, it's me too with him.
No.
Yeah, I'm a big fan.
You are the master, man. Merci.
We both play guitar. Once you do that, it's kind of you got a lot in common right away.
And then Mike's
brotherhood.
Mike's we have many conversations last year, and I told him that's true. When in the 80s, early 80s, of course I was hearing all the things he made with Miles. First album with Jaco and all this, and for many guitar players on my generation, it was a really big influence. You know, even I had to after to try to not to play too much things like Mike. Otherwise, it's like, no man, play your shit. Or don't play like Mike. But it's a big influence, really. It's an honor. It creates something really between blues and jazz, bebop, modern jazz. He has his own language, his own touch. He makes two notes and you recognize it's him. It's not another guy. It's Mike. Which is the purpose. No, when you are a musician, it's not only play good. You have to be yourself, and he is himself. Mike is.
Wow. To me, what he said was kind of like there's elements of a lot of blues in my playing, just straight up from listening to B.B. King and Albert King and, you know, all the kings and a lot of just straight up blues players and then of course a lot of bebop, you know, and then a lot of rock stuff from Hendrix, you know, that kind of stuff is in my playing, and a lot of cats have that, you know, and I definitely, it was just a product of kind of where I came from. You know, I kind of started off listening to rock, and when I first picked up the guitar and listened to you know, also a lot of soul music. Like I was living in Washington D.C. and just played along with the radio and picked up stuff from that.
So who was the guy who made you pick up the guitar then?
Good question. It was more like just in general. You know, it wasn't one guitarist. It was just guitar in general. It was very popular. And also, my mom wanted me to do, she knew I wanted to do something musical all the time. So, you know, it was obvious. I was kind of running around the house, kind of halfway singing, halfway screaming. So I got piano lessons, but she was a piano player. And so I guess I figured out, I'm not exactly sure how it happened, but by the time I was around 11 years old, I think, I kind of said, hey, Mom, I want to try the guitar. And it just was my decision somehow, and it just hooked, you know, I got hooked right away. Stayed with it right away. And didn't take that much lessons, but at first, but just played by ear, you know. And then I got into jazz, or tried to, by myself. I took some of my mom's records up to my room and tried to play along, and got lost immediately. And it was just, the music wasn't, it's not better or worse, but it's just more, probably more complicated in some ways. The language is more involved, I guess. And so then I really needed to study and learn, and you know, and learn more theory and stuff like that. So I went to Berkeley Music College and all that stuff, and then lucked into some amazing gigs, you know, with Blood, Sweat and Tears, then Billy Cobham, then Miles, and then with Jocko and Michael Brecker. So very, very lucky to get those amazing symmetrical augmented. But then you can put double symmetrical. So it's 3 augmented triads like that. And then when you, so giant steps,
yes, kind of.
It's the same.
Yeah, it's funny.
That's what Train used, that one. That does, what's that scale with this, it's called double symmetrical augment or something like that.
Bebop, rock and roll, blues, and get the idea to morph slowly into like jazz.
Well, it was just, it just happened from a natural standpoint. I'm not premeditated this would be a cool idea, but just I really dug the music, you know. So one of the reasons I did it was I felt like I'll never learn that music comfortably. That's what I thought. And it won't be like as natural as I could play the blues at that point, but I would try, and it would at least, you know, give me more ideas and you know, that kind of thing. And I'll just grow from it. But then I got into it so much, I said, I'm going to try to get fluent in this language, and enough so that I can just play my heart out, you know, playing jazz standards, you know. So, but it's having said that, it's like, the more you know, the less you know. I mean, that's music is forever. You know, you feel like after all these years, I don't know shit. You know,
always studying. Well, jazz musician always studying.
Yeah.
You remember in giant steps how it goes the bass? It doesn't go. It doesn't go like this. It goes. It goes chromatic
down.
You remember?
Yeah.
You remember that, the original track?
Yeah.
Because it's like a 2-5-1. It's, you know?
Yeah. So do that. Wait. You mean?
You know, the bass goes like this. In the original track with John Coltrane, it goes. It doesn't go like this.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it's a bass player told me that, and explained me it's kind of like if you do this.
I know that this, like for instance, if like this, that one. You know that tune? 26-2? So basically that's that.
Yeah.
So I guess so with this, if it's chromatic,
it's like if
what's the B flat? Because I know that this is the same thing as a D7, right? This A minor 7 is the same as a D7, right? So if you go, and I know No, the whole step thing down. So it's got B major 7, right? Then D7, but you're substituting A minor 7. Then G major 7.
And when you do the D7, if it's like if you do 2-5-1.
Where we got just a few. It's a short tour. We've done a couple gigs in Spain, and we started off in Italy, and we're going to play in London coming up, and at Jazz Cafe, I think, and then we're playing in Hendaye day after tomorrow.
John is organising.
Yeah, and we tried to do last year, and there's some problems with me, so I couldn't make it. But everything's cool this year, so I'm really looking forward to that.
You will see there is the ocean, 2 swimming pools, one
great.
inside, one outside.
Awesome, I love swimming.
The spa, everything. You will enjoy, for sure.
Sure.